Welcome back to the North American LCS. It's Independence Day, so as you can see here, some of the pros are taking time off the Rift to celebrate with the fans over a little BBQ action. The fans love being able to grab some autographs, but the pros also get a huge boost from this OP community. Not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous that I'm not out there myself stuffing my face full of barbecue-y goodness. Maybe later. It's that time in the show where we get to open up the LCS mailbag. Earlier in the broadcast, we asked you, who is your frontrunner to represent the NALCS at Worlds and why? And here are a few of our favorite responses. At Looking for Allison, still got a Bay leave in TSM. With Locodoco coaching them, I think they have a great shot at snagging first place.
Yeah, I'm personally on the Locodoco motive hype train right now. Tweeting the horn, choi choi. No, get Locodoco in there. And he's actually been making the team have a little more cohesion. I actually want to talk to him later and see what he's doing with that coaching role.
All right. Our next one is at Bruins fan 56 saying, I think that Team Dignitas looks pretty strong and can definitely compete with the best at Worlds.
And we just saw Dignitas there having a little bit of trouble against EG. And talking to Zion Spartan, I definitely have a lot of confidence in them and their mid laner Shifter, who on the world stage will most likely prove himself.
All right, and they pulled out that W. At Cyranos, it's going to be CLG. Alphamu's return has made their bot lane the best in NA, and their objective control this split has been incredible.
Yeah, it's really been off the hook in terms of just playing the map. No other team does as well as CLG, and they're going to go ahead and later today fight for that first place spot, sole possession of it for the day.
All right, and last up we have the official Miko. Cloud9 is perhaps the most dominant team against international competition. Once they find their groove, they'll be the best to rep NA.
Yeah, they made it to Worlds last year, went up against Fnatic, had a little bit of a setback, and now they're getting back into their groove. Saw them earlier today. If they win this next match coming up, then they'll be tied for first.
All right, well, we'll find out soon. You can still join the conversation by tweeting at LOL Esports and use the hashtag LCS. Let's send things over to Freak and Kobe to set up our next match.
Thank you very much, Dash. And of course, happy birthday, America. I'm Yankee Doodle David Freak Turley. With me is Sam Kobe Hartman Kensler, a man so American, I call him Uncle Sam.
Do you?
No. Today I will, though. Today I will. We're on to our next game, of course, Counter Logic Gaming versus Cloud9. And for the boys in blue and white, they're coming off a close-fought win over LMQ today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Cloud9 used to really excel at the early game, but last game versus LMQ, they definitely had a hard time getting pushed around and had to rely on that late game to scale up. So despite Cloud9's record this season, they are a team that CLG respects most for their strategy and their in-game decision-making. And it's why they like to scrim Cloud9 so much. These teams are so close, in fact, that they've even traded players. When High wasn't able to play in the All-Star Paris event, Cloud9 turned to Link first. This respect is definitely real, but there is a danger for CLG that if you regard an opponent too highly, you will yield too much of the field to them and not play as aggressively as you usually do.
Well, aggressiveness or not, C9 and CLG have given us some of the most interesting games this split.
Yeah, remember last time these two teams met, CLG got out to that very strong early start, and High was faced with that 1v5 Penta opportunity at the Baron pit, where all of CLG were low. Even though High wasn't able to clean up the Penta, he did pick up a few kills there. Cloud9 were able to rally and take several objectives in rapid succession right after, and eventually take that win. This time around, though, that 410 patch will shake things up a bit. However, what will remain the same is that both of these teams have very intense objective focus, and we'll see if that is still there for them.
I think it's still going to be there for them. We'll, of course, see if it happens. Of course, CLG now subscribe to the theory that in League, it's important to keep your friends close and your enemies even closer. This practice has helped CLG spot a few vulnerabilities in Cloud9.
Cloud9 always has the best team decisions. When I see them, I just see them as a group of friends who are really close with each other, and they just have incredible synergy, and they've shown it throughout in the past. C9 is one of our primary scrim partners, so we know them very well, and I think they know us very well. The consensus is that we have like a mental block on them, which is not true at all. I just play to win, and I don't fear any player or any team.
We're 0-2 right now versus C9, so, and both of those games we threw with our massive lead that we had.
We got lucky maybe like once or twice against them, and they chose to do a bad push or rotation, and we outpushed them or out-rotated them in that instance. So if we can keep that up, we'll likely be able to do very well.
I think the weakness right now is that the meta for them isn't favored, and that's because High's champion pool has been slowly dwindling, and Soraka has been taken away, LeBlanc has been taken away. All that's really left is the unnerfed champions, which are like the APs from back in Season 2, which is like Orianna, and like TF. So players who did really well in Season 2 are gonna get stronger again. But Hai is a Season 3 player, and now that his champion pool is gone, it's gonna be tough for them.
Hai definitely was struggling on that TF early in the game.
Yeah, what was weird to me about that though is like both Link and Hai started their pro careers in Season 3. Like he's like, oh yeah, all the Season 2 players are good. Well, you were on a B tier team.
Hai also made the transition from jungler to mid lane
True.
around that time too. So.
True. But of course that worked out for him in this case. So let's check out the starting lineups. On the blue side is Counter Logic Gaming. In the top lane is Seraph. In the jungle is Dexter. Link in the mid lane, Doubleth the AD carry, and Aframu on support.
And on the red side, it's Cloud9. Up top is Balls. In the jungle, Meteos. Mid-high, AD carry Sneaky, and support Lemon Nation.
So it's going to be a fun one. Honestly, Cloud9 to me, even though they did get pushed around by LMQ, and LMQ looked really good, to me it looked like they've looked the strongest they have all split. To me, because of the fact that every C9 game I saw where they were losing, they just kind of sat there in the laning phase and like didn't do much, or like Meteos would come in and they get triple killed against Complexity, things like that. Whereas as I felt like earlier today against LMQ, they were actually making plays and looking aggressive, and that was the best as a team I've seen them in a long time.
Well, they were able to capitalize on LMQ's overreaching and mistake that they made when LMQ went for a dive, so it was a good reaction from Cloud9. That being said, both of these teams had bad early games earlier today. Both of these teams picked Kog'Maw and had a really bad early game, and then were able to come back late because of the scaling.
Yeah, definitely a different style of champions coming out there. Teams kind of adapting to a later game focus here. We'll see if this is still the strategy here as picks and bans come through. Orianna, Yasuo both removed away from Link here. Of course, as Yasuo was great just a couple hours ago. Ziggs and Jax away from Cloud9. Ball's actually, I forget if he's actually gotten to play Jax yet this split.
He has. He had that mishap where Westrise, he teleported right in front of Westrise.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, he has played Jax.
Okay, well, Cassidy removed away. Now you've got Kale and Lulu, the two that are normally hotly contested. Also, I guess Lee Sin in that pool as well. Cloud9 could leave up the three of them and give one away and pick the next two, but those are the ones that normally pull bans in.
Kale is definitely jumping at me right now, just because it's so highly prized in that top lane. Earlier we did see, though, Cloud9 wanting a real tank from the top, going with that Mundo. And again, Lulu, the very annoying laner to lane against, being banned out instead. Maybe they have confidence that Seraph does not have enough time on Kale, and they don't think that he will have the timing
well, here's
to
the
make
funny
that champion effective.
Weird is that goes both ways as well, because we talked about this earlier today, actually. Cloud9 banned Kale last week on blue side, a champion. You see many teams happy to first pick. In this case, CLG first picks Twisted Fate for Link. You heard him talking about Hai's limited champion pool. Orianna also banned away here. Mid Kha'Zix again? Like, who knows?
Yeah, something with kill pressure, probably. Orianna is still up, and that's always a really safe one to go back to. But really, whenever you have... Oh, no, she's not. She's banned out. Haha! Whenever you do have TF, though, you want to be able to put pressure on him so that he's not able to freely teleport across the map and create pressure on the side lanes.
I wonder if Hai still knows Fizz.
Yeah, he definitely used Fizz recently, so it's still an option.
He beat a... All right, well, Lee Sin comes through the Kog'Maw, though, as well. We'll start with these picks right here. Meteos actually now has one more champion he has wins with. It was Lee Sin up until this week, but his, I believe it was Elise, worked much better earlier today. So going back to Lee Sin, though, of course, that's one of the heavily sought-after junglers. Kog'Maw here for Sneaky.
Most teams have not been letting Meteos get his hands on Lee Sin ever since it's been brought to light that he has had such a long streak on that champion. That's where they've gotten most of their wins still. Kog'Maw again, though. These teams have we have Kog'Maw every single game so far this Super Week in North America.
It took him a patch. Or it took him a week, rather.
Yeah.
Last week we saw him like twice. It's every game now. Renekton and Braum come through. All right, CLG making the choices.
Interesting. Going with the lane bully Renekton here so that they won't have multiple weak lanes. Because if you have two weak solo lanes there early, it's really easy to get pushed around, and you don't want to give up that kind of jungle control to Cloud9. As we said, they were always in their best form when they get Meteos on an early aggressive jungler and he gets to invade the enemy jungler. He's already got Lee Sin, so you don't want to have a weak top lane in there, especially if you do end up in a 1v1 situation with Balls.
Oh, speaking of 1v1 situations, a solo laner gets picked up now for Cloud9. That's going to be Kale here. Is it going to be mid or top? We'll have to see. On top of that, the Morgana to keep Kog'Maw safe. So Good luck killing Sneaky with the Sisters there to support him.
Yeah, a lot of shields there for Sneaky, so he should feel pretty safe. And a lot of Kog'Maw have been going Trinity Force Bork, which is a pretty substantially defensive build for AD carries as far as AD carries are concerned for this new patch. So even though he's not very mobile, he's got a lot of defenses to rely on so far with this Cloud9 team.
We'll see how well that guy stays alive. I mean, it sucks to never get to use your passive, but I figure going undying with an AD carry is also a good... It's 2 fantasy points for that one if you don't die at all, so...
And that Kayle pick still. Solo lane, yes. Now, early picking Kayle, a lot of teams don't like to do it if that Orianna had been up because she's so good against Kayle. But Kayle is actually strong against Twisted Fate, can shove him in. If you can continually shove Twisted Fate in from the beginning of the game with the support of Elise in jungle to know that you're free to shove, that could be a very good strategy for controlling that Twisted Fate and reducing Link's effectiveness.
I'm thinking back to the last time these guys played as well, now that Twitch and the Elise come through, because the last time these guys played, it was Sneaky's Twitch that carried the game, and Link could never reach that hyper carry on Twisted Fate. And now even if he does reach the Kog'Maw, and by the way, it's Syndra that comes through, so Syndra versus Dia for the mid lane, and it is top Kayle here for balls. You've got a lot of guys doing a lot of damage, and many ways to protect them.
Now, talking about matchups, Kayle versus Renekton is definitely in favor of Kayle, especially if she gets an early lead, because she can easily kite him. However, we don't know if we are going to see 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 2 standard matchups here. It's still yet to be determined. Kog'Maw versus Twitch is interesting because SKT and Samsung actually both used to counterpick Twitch and take a Kog'Maw. Just because if Twitch opens up straight on Kog'Maw, Kog'Maw can stand there. As long as you hit your Q, he can actually trade heads up with Twitch, even if Twitch has just opened from ambush with all that attack speed.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
One of the few champions who could do that.
It's pretty hard. There is a way to do it. It's definitely a difficult fight either way. But yeah, Kog'Maw's sit there and deal damage ability is pretty strong. So now, if you guys don't like spoilers, watch out, because we're going to reveal who wins according to your votes on LevelEsports.com right now. It's going to CLG, 57%, so fan vote.
And of course, if you were surprised by that reveal and you want to update your prediction, just tweet CLG win or C9 win to @LOLesports.
And right now, CLG is still ahead of them in the standings, both teams picking up wins so far today. And we get a battle of arguably the 2 best bottom lanes here in North America. We talked about the fact they haven't played since 4.10. We've seen significantly more 2-on-2 lanes since the patch hit because of the dragon buffs. And this is, I think, the biggest test for both those crews. I know CLG loves the 2-on-2. They put so much faith in Doublelift and Aphromoo. But I think Sneaky and Lemon are their best opposition here.
Yeah, and these are 2 of the CLG bottom lane's favorite characters. Doublelift has been playing a lot of Twitch. Ever since 4.10 hit, solo queue, he's been mostly Twitch. Just because Twitch works so well with the double blade build. Yeah. And Aphromoo has been very outspoken about how much he loves Braum.
Yeah, he ranks Braum as the #1 support, actually. He put a blog out yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Where he's like, Braum's #1, then he's like, Nami and Thresh are tied for #2. Then everyone else situational. Elimination figures, Morgana's the situation.
Wow, look at that. Link's out to an early start here. Burns his ghost to get that ward down.
Oh, that is all kinds of interesting. I don't think Meteor saw that. But boot start we saw from high earlier. The ghost boots I did not see.
So he's got a long time before minions even spawn. So the cooldown of Ghost being so low, we'll be back up fairly quickly here. And there is a sweeper for Cloud9 as well. So they could go really, really quickly with this invade. This level 1 from CLG, definitely practiced here.
Binding
the
hit.
Ghost to get a ward down, and then the sweeper start here from Dexter. They do get control around this blue, but Cloud9 have answered with pretty much mirrored vision.
Yeah, they are well aware of the CLG invade. Even if they didn't see them, Lemon got 5 gold for his Q landing. Cloud9 winning the fan vote now over on Twitter. We're going to see who's smarter. Twitter Sphere or the LoLesports.com group?
You know, there are probably a lot of overlap there between voters.
That's true.
The same people.
There's more vocal on one side now. Or they
the
changed their vote after Champ Select.
The other thing about Dexter is he did start with a regular ward here on his Elise and hasn't placed it during the invade. He's just holding on to it. Everybody just using their trinkets during that early invade. Really, really tricky moves from CLG for the start of this game.
Well, Looks like the dual lanes are going to meet up here right at the golem buff. Elimination helping out with Meteos, but there's the rest of the team, though. Q comes out, hits Meteos in the face. He's got to back out as I slowed Lee Sin. These guys wanted to stop the early jungle pressure.
So they delayed the blue buff start here for Meteos, and he took a lot of damage.
Well, Double took some too. Lemon's got a whole bunch of money.
Smite fight!
Q lands, Smite fight goes to Meteos, flashes out. Now can he get away though? Nice Q, but gets stunned up. This is gonna be surely first blood, and it goes to Doublelift of all people.
So Meteos gets the jungle award for getting the Smite fight win, but he burns his flash and dies for it. First blood there for Doublelift. That was paid for by 3 CS for Sneaky. That's all that they got out of that, having the Kog'Maw go to lane early.
Well, they're going to get a little bit more, though. Looks like if they don't push too fast, a couple more minions will get denied. Elimination really wanted to push these guys back. Another bind hits, but this could be the potential stun here. One hit from it. Expunge damage comes through. Got to be careful.
Yeah, first blood, not that high of a price to pay, especially since Meteos did get the experience of the burst buff. It won't hurt him too much in that start. However, not having flash might be a big deal for him.
And ultimately, Dexter will get his 2 buffs anyway. He's back on his own side of the map, and he's going to be safe with this one. Gonna watch this mid lane fight instead for now. Link versus High. These guys weren't part of the early jungle antics. They've just been farming. High with a early minion lead, but
yeah, plus
Link
there are
pushing
more
him too.
minions pushing against High, so he's got even more to clean up. +1 being that cannon. Definitely going to look out for that one. See how well he can pressure Link on Syndra. Syndra is definitely the lane bully here.
yeah.
Should be the one with more kill pressure.
Look how far back Link was playing half the time, though. He was like only last hitting with Q for like a large portion of that lane, giving a lot of respect to Meteos, who's now got the pink ward down, looking. Oh wow, can he really catch Dexter at red?
No, not at red. He's going to go for this Wraith Bush steal, though.
This is risky. He doesn't think Dexter's down below him right now. There's no way he'd know that. Dexter's not going to find him necessarily. He's going to repel over for the gank, though. This is not good for the dual lane of C9.
So they
He
do
dodged
have
the ward.
that. They do have that bush ward, but they're really far pushed up.
Oh man, they didn't see Dexter. There is no way they know this is
Their
happening.
ward just disappeared too.
Uh-oh, this is not going to be happy. How gets the Black Shield? Puts it on a Sneaky. Lemon going to put the bind on Dexter. Sneaky's still running away. Of course, the Magic Shield holds for long enough. The flash in. Dexter trying the summon heal keeps him alive, though. C9 gets out. That was close.
Double summoners burn from Cog. He is very, very vulnerable now, though, for the rest of the game. And CLG love to focus this bottom lane. So we'll expect to see increased ward control down there. But up top, interesting trade. Seraph trying to go aggressive to try and curb Ball's enthusiasm.
Yeah, only trying to push him back right now. And honestly, the minions are holding very equal. So I got to say, for fighting against, you know, this practically must-pick champion, he's doing a pretty good job of holding up against it so far. Ball's arguably the best top lane in North America for a year and a half running. And his competition, of course, this year around, Seraph trying to hold up in that lane.
Gold card there would have caused High to take a lot of minion damage. But not so with the red. Good ward over the Wraith camp. Does see Meteos' early moves here. Seraph is out of potions, though. You know, while he has held up this far, he's going to have to burn his teleport fairly soon here if this gank doesn't work out.
Dexter goes in for it, though. Double buffs in. There's the Q landing. Auto attacks as well. Balls, can he dodge away? Oh, the flashback. Can it land? Yes, the cocoon will hit as well. Balls has nowhere to go. He's trying to get out, but he cannot. Seraph finds a second kill for the team. Nice gank by Dexter.
Perfect timing because Seraph was on his last red in this top lane. He was out of potions, down to half-life. Balls really wanted to keep punishing him, but great timing there from Dexter on another gank.
So look at that. Counter Logic Gaming up 500 gold right now. Mid lane, actually the dual lane as well. Sneaky, by the way, up 10 minions, actually 14 over Doublelift right now. Both of them having recalled once.
I have to say, I'm really impressed by this early game plan from CLG. They coordinated so many things to create this pressure on Meteos. And jungle pressure, keeping Meteos down, has translated into freedom for Dexter, allowing him to get both of his side lanes going, and a very good start for CLG. 2 successful ganks so far from Dexter. Meteos trying to get back ward control.
All right, now he's killed away one with the pink ward he had a little while ago. That will inform CLG that he's got one. And they might check it out. There's the first TF ult. He looks like he's going to go for the top lane there, potentially. Looks for balls. Can he get out of range right now? Flash gold card going to land. Seraph still under the turret doing what he can. Walking away. That's going to be the kill picked up. Seraph survives the encounter as well. Third kill going to CLG.
Because Dexter was able to buy time for Link in the mid lane there, hitting level 6. Now even the mid lane gets to go gank, and Dexter just holds mid. So CLG loses no experience here. Good rotation from the jungle from Dexter. See if Meteos can do anything.
He predicts the juke. Stun lands. He can try to get the damage on the slow is there. If his Q comes back up in 2 seconds, Seraph has to dodge his Meteos. Can he get it? Q.
Oh!
Good escape for Seraph.
Yeah, Meteos still struggling to try and clean up after the devastation that has been caused. CLG definitely making the first moves here right out of the gate. You might have laughed at that ghost from Link at the beginning to put down his ward. But ever since then, it's been CLG setting the pace of the game. We'll see if they can keep it up, because down bottom, even though WF did get that first blood in the jungle invade, losing out on CS here to sneak in Lemonation. And that's with the gank from Dexter as well, burning the double Kog'Maw summoner. So strong play from Sneaky there.
Stronger play from High, though. 300 health down on the Link. Goes for the ulti, gets a lot of damage down. Ignite ticks, not going to be enough. Link gets away with about 20 health here. Dexter forced to hold the lane. Looks like he's just going to get some experience.
That was a double roam, too. The Balls and Meteos both spent time walking to mid lane here. They didn't get anything mid lane, so they're going to try. Oh, they don't even try and swing down to Dragon. They just give up on the failed attempt. So close. One more tick there. Would have been all it took.
It would have been all, but looks like it's not going to be enough then. So Cloud9, I got to say, though, despite 3 kills CLG, I do want to point the score out. They're only down 700 gold. 3 kills is worth like close to 1,400 here.
Now it's getting dangerous, though, because a Twitch plus TF combo is very, very dangerous. That is a very high pick potential for CLG. If Doublelift gets to start roaming around, anywhere he goes, whoever he opens up on has to back off, just because there's the potential for Link to come in with the Twisted Fate ultimate and back him up.
You got to be worried about that for sure. C9, definitely a team who's prided themselves to be able to read their opponents, but see if they can get this one.
The other thing that Cloud9 pride themselves on is the focus on Dragon and the control of early Dragons. We haven't seen it go down yet. Now we're working on that towards that period where a big move by either team, taking someone out wherever on the map, could easily translate into one of those early Dragons.
Well, right now you've got a level lead. A level 6 Kog'Maw hit there. Doublelift about 3/4 of the way to 6. They've recalled again for Cutlass and Sightstone. So Afro can maybe get wards up. And there's a blue up to High as well. Maybe this is the power spike C9 wants for it.
Yeah. So down in that bottom lane, you're mentioning that level discrepancy. That's the flip side of the first blood for Doublelift. It was the early sneaky move down to bottom lane and getting that solo experience. So that's sort of the trade that happened in the level 1, manifesting itself in bottom lane.
Afro, though, controlling this right here. Elise can get into that lane pretty easily. Lemon, 30 gold for the puddle. Another ward down for Alphamu. He is very well aware of map control right now. Defensive pink ward for C9, not going to get spotted so far. CLG won't be able to slink Elise in here anytime soon. This turret's taking damage here. The recall back for Kog'Maw only gets him a phage, basically.
A lot of focus here, bottom lane, actually. Meteos hovering bottom. Dexter comes in through the lane. That pink ward, though, CLG have no idea that it's there, so
now
there we go.
Okay, that brushes back, and Dark Afro will not walk into the brush. That would reveal Dexter, so he's going to hide away. And let's see if the Elise can get in there. Lee Sin right now. Meteos is coming down the right-hand side jungle. He wants to get in and help his team out.
And he has not been seen by this ward from CLG, even though they got it up over the wall from River, not into that bush. So they do not know that Meteos is sitting there. However, direct hit for Lemonation even causes Dexter to use a sweeper because
how did they see me?
It was dead on.
Well, it's going to be 10 gold elimination and much less time wasted by Meteos. Almost there to Elder Lizard, whereas Golem's already done for Dexter. Wards over the wall. Looks like C9 stays safe down there.
Yeah, and Cloud9 are also worried about the early dragon. You can see they peppered the dragon area with wards because they don't want CLG to sneak one of those. Dexter's already gone over that dragon wall once. They don't want it to happen again.
Looks like he won't get to just now. I actually like the move that Dexter made, though. As soon as he bought Golem, he basically went to go camp in a lane, knowing that if it fails, he's still stacking conservation. And he's not even missing that much gold. That's interesting timing, but I like it. I want to see if he does that more.
As long as he doesn't let it get over 80.
Can't even.
That is the worst feeling. Yeah.
Sit there at 80
Wasting
stacks.
time.
When I play jungle, I like neurotically check my opponent's like conservation gold, and I hope like it never falls worse than it was when it started.
Stun lands, but he's already used the rest of his combo here.
Flash stun, nice dodge. Now can you go back in though? Hai has a lot of Dark Spheres on the ground. Elise gonna repel over the wall. And Hai is just very much controlling this lane. 25 minion lead right here.
So Syndra, as we said, lane bully, but also Link has already left the lane once for that gank top. So there definitely should be a lead here for Hai. Hai is doing a good job controlling this mid lane, though, as you just saw, bullying off Link. And oh, teleport comes in, 3 versus 2.
Good kick by Meteos, gets Elise actually over the wall towards the right.
Oh,
Seraph
Balls with the
comes in,
answer.
finds the stun, Balls is there. Seraph, did he go in too far? Looks like maybe. Ignite goes down, Gold card goes towards Hai, intervention comes out. Looks like everyone's gonna block the skill shot. Seraph doesn't quite go down, though. He is durable enough with that Spectre's cowl. Nothing picked up.
However, they've been able to gain control of this mid lane. Will they be able to push against this TF wave clear?
Uh-oh, stun on a High shield comes out, gold cards. Oh, the wild cards hit him. Gonna stay safe.
That cocoon landing allowed them to get enough harass to force Hai off of this turret, which translated into CLG saving the turret. Very good cocoon there from Dexter. Buys CLG some time. Only 500 gold separates the teams right now. This dragon would really tip the scales, though.
And looks like, oh, we don't see C9 coming down quickly enough. Elimination getting some vision. Double wants to sneak up on somebody. As though he's Cloud9's AD carry. There we go. Elimination puts the ulti down. Black Shield as well. Double has to flash away. There's the ulti in from Afro though. Sneaky's got to be careful. Meteos lands the Q, gets exhausted. There's the gold card from Link. I don't know if Meteos can get this one to happen. Tries to get away, jumps out. Binding comes out as well. Dexter now low. Q lands. Oh, the cocoon. Elimination taking damage. Meteos finds the first kill. Afro gonna go down as well. Link makes it a third. And Cloud9 turns the fight around.
And no, Hai's not done here. He's chasing on double. Does he have enough
4
mana
seconds
for
on
the
E.
combo?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Double lift now on the brush. Which way does he juke? Goes downwards. High. Guesses right. Won't get it.
But he gets the slow.
One more Q and he's down.
He's got it.
Hits it. Nicely done. High makes that 4 kills in a row for Cloud9.
Now, Hai was hesitant to join that dragon fight because he was so low. Look at the HP there. Oh, you can't see the HP for Hai. But yeah, Elimination puts everything on double. And they scare him off to the back of the fight. He only got 1 auto attack on before Meteos jumps in. Gold card, able to lock up Meteos, plus the exhaust use. Now this is the tricky part. Hai finally comes. And Meteos goes for the execution plus the double pick up there on both members of CLG. So this dragon definitely not worth it for CLG.
No.
Costing them 4 deaths in the end, as well as letting Sneaky, right now during this whole chase, you can see in the bottom, your mini-map there, Sneaky is farming in the bottom lane, increasing that CS lead over double lift. And we talked about how this Kog'Maw strategy versus Twitch, when Twitch opens on you, if you have a lead like this, Kog'Maw can stand his ground.
It's a close fight, I would say. I think Devil would have to ulti to win the battle, but it's one that I wouldn't give to anyone individually right off the bat.
The only thing that would really tip the scales is Link with Twisted Fate joining the fight.
And I mean, we haven't yet seen the TF Twitch ganks. We know it's something that can happen. The best Twitches, and Doublelift, I think, would want to consider himself one of them, look for picks all the time. Oftentimes, actually, they want to kill the outer turret to sort of unlock them out of the lane so they can go make plays and snowball a solo lane. Right now, Doublelift has yet to do that this game. 300 gold separates the two of them. Cloud9 gave up 3 kills early on. Dragon went to CLG. But all the kills, all the farming they've done in the lanes, completely turned this around. Dexter still trying to make plays. Double up the same. Meteos gonna get slowed up, and there comes Twitch. There comes everybody. That was not where you wanted to be as Lee Sin, and down he goes.
High now, 1 versus 3.
This is the stun. I don't know why he went for that one. Down he goes. Kill easily picked up for CLG.
Whoa, a little bit of bait in there. Just everything going for CLG now. They also get this top turret. Balls doesn't know where to go defend. He can't defend top or mid. 2 Memi members of CLG, so he farms Wraiths instead. 2 turrets going down. It might even be 3 here. Both lanes still pushing. No reaction yet from Cloud9. Lemon starts to roam up. That's it.
They're pinging the mid tier 2. They're going to
Oh,
they
Ball's
can, but
gonna
it's going to be a
get
4v1. Balls does not get stunned just yet. There we go. Puts the ulti down, but he's still got nowhere to go. Link is around, has turret aggro. One hit from Dead Q, blocked by Aframu, saves his life. Bottom lane out of turret does go down. Elimination flash ignites. Does he have the damage to kill Link? Looks like yes. He's going to trade his life. Oh my god. The dangerous game was too dangerous and Link stays alive. Mid lane 2-2 goes down as well. Plus 2 kills. C9 still slinking in.
Wow. Link with that +5 fire resistance has not gone down to either ignite from High. This one from Lemonation either. So close and heartbreaking for Cloud9. Just that turn of events there. All it took was the pick from the TF. Once again, the Twitch plus TF. You can't go invading in their jungle like that. Meteos and Cloud9 pay for it with their lives as well as their structures.
High seems really on edge right now. He went for a 1 versus 3 trying to pick off Twisted Fate, and then he looked for an Elise as well.
Yeah, there's the Cocoon that misses on the stun target because he didn't expect the stun, thought he would keep moving. Aframu with the exquisite interception, and then Link also dodged that Dark Binding. He walks back in to that to the Tormented Soil for a second, even though he already has the Ignite on him. He's that confident that he wasn't going to go down, was going to get that kill on Lemon no matter what.
He had to guarantee it. He healed from dangerous game, and as you saw, he lived with about 12 HP, so that was a requirement.
It definitely was a dangerous game because he came down to single digits there.
Okay, it's Link's middle name is Danger. Austin Danger Shin. C9. Let's see what they can find. High looks for the pick. He finds the slow and an extra Q lands as well. They got to be careful though. The rest of the team is around. Top lane outer goes down. C9, to be fair, only down 1 turret right now. Even against LMQ, they had early game deficits and found a way to crawl their way back in. 1,700 gold is not that bad.
Yeah, last time they were able to rely on late game sneaky with Kog'Maw. Might be the case once again. He's definitely doing well for himself. Definitely the bright spot for Cloud9. Once again, sneaky. And their comp is definitely built to accentuate any lead that he can get there. They've got plenty of defense for him, as long as he can bring the damage.
And so far, so good. 167 minions, 171 on High as well. 2-1 and 2 on that Syndra. Definitely a good score. 103 as well, good on Kog'Maw. So those two guys pulling their weight. Media's got to be careful. Ward over the wall. Dexter gets a stun, but not too much more. He'll have to back out. CLG is around, though. Dragging up right now.
Kale split pushing, does have teleport up.
And on Dexter, blocked by Aframu. Not enough damage comes in. Here's TF on the other side of the fight. High takes a bunch. Dexter over the wall, and they pick off Syndra. Meteos burning down as well. He will fall. That's 2 for 1 so far. Sneaky, the Kale ulti, pretty much wasted now. Still looking for damage to put out, but uh-oh, this is not good for Balls. He falls. 3-1 so far. Doublelift now stealthing up, looking for something to do.
Cloud9 get picked apart. Kale, we always mention how important timing is with this champion. And having to join the fight with teleport means you're not going to be there at the crucial moment. Great job by CLG, not hesitating. And once again, jumping right in with that TF ulti, picking off members of Cloud9 before Cloud9's entire team is even able to join the fight.
It's really awesome about Counterlogic Gaming. They have been on point then the whole time, getting there at the right times.
So High, yeah, good block by Afro as well. Gets the shield up just in time. And then the Dexter Link combo right here is just massive. Flash out there from Dexter. Afro does go down, but they get 2 up on the top side, and Link is able to even swing back down. Falls in the middle here, does get caught up in the CC.
I was really impressed by the fact that Doublelift as well was able to rat-a-tat-tat over the wall the whole time. When High stunned somebody, when Aframu ulted them. It was a bunch of Twitch damage the whole way out. And now that 3-1 and 4 Twitch, doesn't need to be Kog'Maw for long range. Really great play by him.
Yeah, it was High trying to get the advantage with the high grounds there.
Yeah.
But this is not an FPS, and CLG able to use the terrain to their advantage.
And double kills away a couple of more awards, so CLG well in control. 4.2 thousand gold up. They said, every single time they get some kind of big lead against Cloud9, they do something stupid and throw it. Cloud9, they're 2-0 in the head-to-head, but CLG once again looks so good early on. You'd think, you know, Kale, Kog'Maw, both such great late-game champions, but Balls has not had a good time so far. 0-4-0, not the score we expect from this player. Especially in a champion.
This may be the reason why Cloud9 pulled the blue side Kale ban. Balls may not be as comfortable on as any other after the flash initiate.
Hi there, KK. Can we find anything there? Dexter and a half HP. Afro up to defend the team. Double it finds the ulti onto himself. He's got to be real careful. 3-man stun from high. And that's 2 kills picked up so far. Now into the chase they go. Meteos look for something a little bit more. Black shield's on. Out goes Dexter. Gets away from the stun. And just the 2 kills.
Yeah, Hai was able to flash away from Afro's flash engage there and turn it right back around. Use that long-range Syndra stun. See how much they can get out of this, though. Cloud9, they're always looking to pick up multiple objectives after a win like that. Everybody blinking red, though. They're just going to have to be content with a single last perimeter turret here.
Nice, CLG hold the damage to 1 turret. Watch that fight again.
What a flash. As Afro's coming down from the air. Also the black shield timing. Got to shout out Lemonation for the black shield on Hai that blocked the Seraph stun. So Hai was able to block all of the stuns. And now that they're on the run, you can see Sneaky was able to deal damage this entire time. It's great bindings and stuns here from Cloud9 in the back. That one
close.
Barely missing.
I gotta point out a really crucial timing for Sneaky. He hit level 11 by the time of that fight. The ulti range of Kog'Maw goes up per rank. The difference between being a level 10 Kog'Maw and 11 Kog'Maw is I can now hit your backline when you stun things, and the fact that Sneaky can help someone pick off double lift is really massive, actually. Oh my gosh. He's okay.
Great shot there from Meteos to reveal double lift. Teleport in, though, from Renekton. Hai does not have his teleport, or his flash left.
He's not in a good spot. Black Shield's not enough. Double picks up the kill, and CLG find that first pick. 5-on-4 in the map. Only Link really took damage there.
Yeah, but what can they get after it here? They don't have much.
Look
They
at the
can
mid
try
lane.
and push up this mid lane here. Link still's got his ultimate left, too, so he could rejoin them at whatever objective they decide to swing to. Plenty of ward coverage here from CLG as well. They're doing a really good job keeping up vision on the entire map, both sides of the jungle. Already, only 24 minutes in. And Cloud9 still with only 3 sweepers.
Wow, yeah.
Balls has yet to switch his trinket ward out.
He's yet to get a second item either. Going towards Death Cap. Uh-oh, the stun and Lemonation. He's not going to be happy. Flashes out. Black Shield on. Link goes in. And that's going to be a kill picked up on the support. Now C9 in a bad spot. Trying to get away from this one. Sneaky goes down, making that 2. Now Meteos under fire. That's going to be another kill picked up. Triple kill for double lift. Afro takes 1, making it not a quadra, but CLG definitely on Baron now.
Another beautiful TF ultimate from Link here. CLG are doing a really good job playing with their Twisted Fate. And Cloud9 keep on getting caught out with some member of the team not there when CLG go for the engage. This time, CLG capitalized with a Baron right after.
Absolutely great play by them. Link saw the spell up, got to choose his own destiny, and said, you know what, it's going to be to their team in the upper jungle. Hai pushes down the mid lane as a
So
reaction.
Syndra in the base right now is the key. Link doesn't hesitate to go for it. Beautiful TF initiation. Gets the wild cards off even as well before having to blow the Zanyas. And at that point, there's no answer from Cloud9. They're too far behind at this point.
Great picks. Awesome job then. C9 not respecting the TF engage, to be honest. That's not a place you want to be, 4v5. It's really well played by these guys. Lemonation now forced to back up.
Well, CLG are just playing this pick combo so well. They're controlling the vision, as we said right before that. They have complete vision no matter where Cloud9 are. Before, it was Meteos invading CLG's jungle, and rightfully so, CLG were able to collapse. But now, CLG are catching Cloud9 in their own jungle just because they have so many wards down. And it's a great job by them utilizing both of those ultis.
And they're going to get some more gold for themselves. I don't think you even need wards to get this one. C9 would be silly to fight you with this. Dragon up in 2 seconds, and Counter Logic Gaming ready to advance this gold lead past 7,000. C9 is going to grab buffs in their own jungle, and CLG will let them. Could have give a Mother Maya at this point. It's like, CLG, can we grab a red buff? And Twisted Fate says, okay.
Yes, while we are doing Dragon and we're taking your blue. You may have the red.
Pretty good trade.
This purple buff for CLG is going to help them out a lot in this siege as well. Twitch, notoriously bad in sieges. They've been able to get here so quickly, though. They get the bottom turret for free.
So now look at this. 9,000 gold ahead. Counterlogic Gaming 5-3 in turrets, and they've got some time to keep this going. Link has plenty of damage output. Double's got plenty of damage output as well. Maybe going for some magic just to knock it one shot in fights, and CLG can just keep turning the screws.
So yeah, as we get further and further into this game, you know, Cloud9 are sort of corralled inside their own base with these inhibitor turrets still up. Yes, it is easier for them to defend and they won't get caught out as much. So we might see a bit of a delay in the rest of the game here as CLG, they still need picks to finish this because their siege is not that strong. So CLG may just be content to control the entire map here and increase their gold lead by taking both sides of the jungle and these neutral objectives. Might calm down a little bit here as Cloud9 sort of turtle up in their own territory. They've been caught out so many times. Cloud9 very hesitant to split up anymore.
But Hai just went by himself top lane. He's got to be a bit careful. They don't have any good way of knowing if there's a Twitch randomly waiting for him or if it's a fate to join him. So Hai...
Okay, they do split up though. Hai definitely pretty far extended here. Meteos is going to have his back.
Doesn't want to leave him high and dry.
They're going for risky plays now because they are this far behind.
Oh, stun's gonna land. Link is gonna Zhonya's in time, blocks some of the damage, but doesn't have any place to go. Q's gonna land. There's the kill picked up with the kick.
Here comes the rest of the team.
5v4 stun lands onto Hai. Here's the teleport though. They're gonna have the KO in time. Yes, they do. Hai stays alive. After goes for the knockup, and here comes Dexter now. There's double from the side, and no one's here to stop him. Elimination goes for the ulti, but goes to run away. Balls falls down as well now in the 4v5. CLG pick up 2, and C9 forced to run away.
So it was a risky play there from Cloud9. They only used 2 people for that death push though. Rest of the team not there, and CLG are able to collapse, cut off the reinforcements, and make Cloud9 pay for taking Link's life.
So out they go, and the top top tier 2 goes down as well. So Link gets caught, and it's just better for CLG in the end of it all. Baron buff about the time out of these guys, and here they go for the top inhibitor turret.
Sieging up pretty easy when you do have the numbers advantage, but the binding lands.
Meteos goes in, takes a lot of damage for that one though, and CLG just gonna back up. The respawns are here for C9, so no reason to push that until Link comes back.
All right, so here's the push kill. They go for the instant 100%. Oh, he's Zhonya's Meteos first Q, so it does take a little longer to finish him off, and that time bought by the Zhonyas is all that CLG needs to collapse.
Meteos actually wastes his kick there on the TF who was guaranteed to die, so he can't disengage after or anything now.
Yeah, and Balls comes in, immediate ultimate on Hai, which doesn't block damage, so he's left without any defenses in the middle of the very beefy CLG team. It's easy for them to clean up.
And that's what happens. So Counterlogic Gaming continuing to be in the right place at the right time. Back to the mid lane they go, Baron buff up. In about 2.5 minutes. Dragon shortly after that, I believe. 30 minutes in, they're in complete control of the map.
Yeah, not only are CLG playing very well to the strengths of their own team, controlling vision and going for those TF picks, but they're also warding themselves against the strengths of Cloud9 here. Double lift with his Negatron cloak that he had very early on so he doesn't get blown up by Syndra. It's pretty much the only thing he is afraid of, getting locked out by one of those long-range stuns and then ultimate from Syndra. So Negatron cloak been holding on to that for a while, and now he's even got his Infinity Edge though. So late game here from Twitch, gonna ramp up very, very quickly.
I like the build from Double Lift. Does not need Left Whisper. No one's buying a whole bunch of armor on the other side, so yeah, why even bother to buy it?
Very offensive-oriented Cloud9 team here. Yep. They have plenty of damage, so if they're the ones who actually get the jump on a member of CLG and have them on the run, it's very easy for this team to do a lot of damage from range as well.
Yeah. But you can see how confident CLG are, though. They're so much more powerful. They walk on top of a whole bunch of wards, and they just know that they've got enough teammates nearby that there's no move C9 can make. Double Lift looks for someone to clear away. Nope, no one there. Just clears this one away. And they're ready to siege top lane one more time. They've got Seraph pushing the bot lane with a teleport. Balls does not have it.
Interesting, because CLG have 2 options for their split push. They can also have Link splitting with his Flash and Ghost both available. Do a 1-3-1. But really, as we said, they're just taking everything on the map and further increasing their gold lead.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see just have them continue to push the waves up, keep the work control, and then just turn for Baron on the respawn. And they know C9 can't easily contest that. And they can push him when Baron comes back up. There's the blue buff steal.
Yeah.
Baron in 15. They've already got the wards down. C9 has all of 1 ward in that jungle.
The booby traps are set. Dexter on the only ward from Cloud9 that was in that jungle. It disappears on him, though.
So Medius goes for the play on this one. Dexter comes on in, gets kicked up, but Dragon, Baron's up in a second, and he can repel out.
1 second, there it is.
Yep, doesn't need to. Medius is around, slow goes down on a Dexter. Medius gets stunned up. They've got to be careful this one. They go in for the fight, though. Anyway, he pulls him over. The Baron pit. Medius gets back out, but Dexter now loses the flash.
Seraph's still pushing, too. Seraph did not pull the trigger on that teleport, so CLG are definitely gaining distance. This bottom inhibitor turret is pretty much just for Seraph. Dexter, though, being chunked so low, means that CLG will probably have to back off. Their pressure on Baron very low with no jungler.
All tank Seraph still gets some damage down. The inhibs do. The turrets heal slowly, but Doublelift goes in for the play there, gets the kill. Look at that when elimination goes down. Now Link forced to be slowed. He can't get on anyone just yet. Does not flash the wall to go for that kill, but still 1 for 0. CLG keep finding the picks.
Yeah, bold pick there from Doublelift. Backed up by just the ultimate from Link going off meant that Cloud9 had to leave Lemon for dead. TF ulti down, not that big a deal for CLG as they have a lot of control over this red side. Seraph's still pushing, but he's pushing really slow with that full tank build that you mentioned.
But it's enough to pull some attention. Kalo's still down there. Balls could TP. Medios is so afraid to check this, but Baron's really low, and there's the stun combo. There's the burst damage coming out. Medios has almost nowhere to go. Flash the way he cannot take Baron. Picked up by Dexter.
Now teleport in.
Okay, just to be sure. Why not have 5 people?
Not able to catch either Sneaky or High.
Yes, they can. That's going to be a slow landing. The stun comes in, but Doublelift is there. The cast lands. High's got nowhere to go. Picked up, and Doublelift is now 10, 2, and 6.
There, with Syndra off the field, that will make the siege pretty easy here for CLG. They can just run right into the turret here. Balls out of position as well. See if they can actually get it before Balls even rejoins the team.
Right now, it's going to be the turret going down. The inhibitor soon to follow. 27 seconds on High's Syndra. You'd be crazy to fight this one right now if you're Cloud9. Cocoon will get dodged out. Wildcard's hit, though. They slowly put some damage down, but not enough to matter. And out they go. Mid inhibitor gone. Second Baron gone as well. CLG looking good.
I got to mention once again, CLG, yes, they are looking good. Afromu only missed out on 3 of the kills. He's always really, really high kill participation, even on the melee champions like Braum and Alistar. Really good job from the bottom lane of CLG this time around. Both of them with those 16 kills, yeah.
Meanwhile, Sneaky, we talked about him earlier on. He got the Kog'Maw. He's 4-1 and 3. Like, he's playing about as well as he can. The problem is the rest of C9 is not quite holding up necessarily. We've seen people getting picked off, being in the wrong spot, or just lanes getting lost. Seraph's caught so much flack this season for being an underwhelming addition, and he's destroying compared to Balls.
Yeah, the full tank build is also working out for him because it's very safe for him to be splitting and pushing. Yeah, he can't get much distance. He can't push it very quickly, but he doesn't have to worry about his life that much. And the other members of CLG that have been around a long time, especially Link and Doublelift, this is actually Doublelift and Link's 100th game of regular season LCS play for both of them since they've been around since the beginning. And Doublelift is actually only 2 kills away from that 500 kill mark for his career.
This is the team they've only beaten twice ever, or once ever. They didn't beat them at all during summer last year.
0 times this split.
I think they went 1-3 in the spring split. So, a lot.
Yes, but can they close it?
Well, that's true. I mean, they're up 16,000 gold. There's a good chance that the door's on a hinge and just closing on its own, but we'll see. CLG starting to group up. Baron buff, 1.5 minutes till it's gone. But the mid inhibitor's already dead. Top or bottom could be an easy push as well, and the team's grouped up. They've done their last buys. Mercurial Scimitar done for Doublelift. Not easily stunned anymore.
Well, it's easy to stun him. It's just not easy to keep him stunned.
Okay, fair. Semantics, whatever.
See if he uses it. Saves it for that one, eats the stun.
It's okay. Looks like they are not happy to push in too far. They're respecting the explosive damage output of C9, the artillery of Kog'Maw. Dexter down to half HP right there. Stun hits as well. High puts some decent damage down. And the Spiderlings are all dead now.
There is still a lot of damage on Cloud9. I mentioned all of them very heavy damage builds here. Void Staffs and Death Caps completed for both of the solo laners. So CLG still have to be a little bit careful about how they go about executing this. 2-2-1 split push though. It's a bit odd, and they get some damage down on both bottom and top.
Slowly making their way through right there. High still battling up Link, and I think High would still win the 1v1. Outplays notwithstanding. So Link has to give him some respect there. Lichbane will give him a ton of turret damage though if he can find it. Binding still not quite landing. Lemon just getting gold so far. Has the locket to keep his team alive and engage. Cocoon won't land. There's the ulti in. They're going to look for the fight right now. Nothing hit from the ult, but Balls explodes before he can cast it on himself. Down he goes, and the engage comes in for Seraph. They're forced back, but here comes High. Can he find double? No, he cannot, and another kill comes through. This is CLG's winning push right there. 3 for 0 so far.
I don't think you can leave TF open against CLG anymore. Link has just used him so well this match. You might have to start thinking differently and pick some bans.
Doublelift looking for his 12th kill, his 500th kill of the LCS. Looks like he's not going to get it. He'll have to wait for the next game. Sneaky. Oh! He gets it! He got it! 500 kills for Doublelift. And there's the Nexus. CLG holding on to first place.
Wow! Doublelift at the buzzer for the 500.
Congratulations there, CLG. Actually, they own a lot of records here. I believe they were the... What was the number? I don't remember anymore, but it was like some 1,000 total kill in the LCS. It was Link plus Aftermoo a couple weeks ago.
It's definitely a really big win for CLG. Just people were even discussing, do they have a mental block against this team?
Well,
Looks like they've gotten over it if it was there ever before.
They broke them down. Very well played game. It was close for a time. They got the early kills when the lanes were rough. The one bad dragon fight, but it did not dissuade them from continuing to keep the communications up, to keep the calls clear, to make the plans good. And they closed it out pretty convincingly. Take a Baron, get map control, take a second Baron, win the game.
Even with leaving this Kayle through that, a lot of teams have been really highly prioritizing. CLG confident once again. They're the team that kept letting Kassadin through, and everyone thought they were crazy. And they won most of their games versus Kassadin. They've won their game versus Kayle as well with some strong early pressure from Dexter.
Yeah.
To go keep Balls in line at that top lane. And Seraph played really well on that Renekton versus Kayle.
I think he went unkilled that game. Went something like 9 or so assists, did a great job, held up the matchup. But you talk about that matchup though a little bit because C9, I still think, is one of the weirdest stories of this split. So you heard ClayKD talk about it in the beginning of the day, saying that they're the team that's sleeping the most. Everyone expected them to just do great this split. Everyone expected them to remain in first place, to be amazing. And they've had such a weird season where, like, they have a positive win rate against, like, the top 4 teams. Like, you expect them to do well here, but, like, it just isn't the same. And you figure this part of the season, they've got to be back to gelling as a unit. Just something's missing now.
The game has changed a lot since the 20 whatever it was and 3 split that they had.
25 and 3.
So,
summer 2013, summer 2014.
It's a beautiful thing about League of Legends. Constantly changing. It's a very dynamic game. Keeping these guys on their toes. It's very hard to stay on top for extended periods of time.
Absolutely.
That's why it's so impressive when a team can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you had teams like world champions SK Telecom T1K, right? One world champions, obviously a phenomenal team. Go and win the next season in Korea undefeated the entire way through, and now they're like, oh well, they made top 8, right? Like they have such a harder time because teams can catch up. You can watch teams that are above you, and I know we interviewed C9 a while ago, and they said we like not being in first because we can watch other teams, we can learn from them. If you win all the time, you don't know how to get better. And, they can keep learning.
You only like not being in first for a little bit. Then you want to get back to
And for what it's worth, like, they've been 1 game behind first the entire time, right? Like, oh my gosh, C9 is only 1 game behind first. Like, they were 1 game behind TSM for first most of the spring split, and people still thought they were phenomenal. Certainly the level of play in the LCS has gone up.
I think, actually, CLG were at that game, they retain
Yeah.
sole possession of first place now.
Yeah, and they can't lose it for the end of the day. We'll see what happens the rest of the week. Of course, taking the toss could maybe catch them. Of course, guys, remember to share your favorite team fight, wombo combo, rock'em sock'em moments, all the above by tweeting at LOL Esports and using the hashtag LCS Big Plays. Let us know what you thought was awesome. But now we're going to send it over to Dash and Zyrene for the lowdown on CLG's win.
Thanks, Freak. We want to welcome Double Lift after a victory over, oh my goodness, over
Cloud9.
Over Cloud9. Thank you very much. And also congratulate you on your 500th regular season kill in 100 games. You're the first player in the North American LCS to do so. How does it feel?
Oh boy, cool. That's awesome. I'm the best. I already knew that.
So humble.
Well, also another first is this is your first win against C9 this season. Why have you guys struggled against them so much in the past? And why is this the first game you guys have won against them this series?
I think, well, this year, this whole like spring and summer split, I think we've been like the primary scrim partners for C9. And they just understand the way that we play. And we have like a lot more changes in our strategy than most teams, especially because of roster problems, you know, just things get switched around a lot, and like we change the way we play. We change shot callers. We'll change the person who does picks and bans. But C9 has always gelled as like one team, and so I think they have that advantage. And people say like, oh, we have a mental block against them, and honestly, I would just attribute a lot of that to just like really unlucky like choking in LAN. We make a lot of plays that we would normally do in scrims, where we just end up throwing a huge lead, like an insurmountable lead, to C9, and when they end up losing, we're like, oh my god, we did it again. Like we suck so bad. So it's just a bad feeling, but I think we finally fixed that problem.
All right, well, you got the win. Jumping into Champ Select, though, we saw Kale picked by Cloud9. Was that a surprise to you guys? Because they blue side banned it last week.
Actually, it was kind of surprising for us because I think Kale's kind of fallen out of favor for top lane, and especially like, C9 is not the kind of team, well, we thought that would pick Kale. We thought Balls would just play like Renekton, Mundo. I mean, he busted out Mundo today. I was expecting him to bust it out again versus us because it just seemed like a pretty logical pick for their comp at least. But yeah, they went with an early pick Kale, and I don't know. I guess they just changed up their priorities for us because we know each other so well. It's actually really smart to change to surprise the team that knows you the most, you know, and just pull out something random.
Yeah, they definitely tried something new. That was the first time that Balls has played Kale in the top lane in the LCS that we've seen, and you guys just camped it really hard, and then you let all the other lanes just be. Was that the game plan? You just saw Kale and you're like, we're going to go after that over and over again? Or was he just opportunity and he was just out there?
I think it was a little bit of both, because I think Seraph knows the top lane matchup really well, and it's like this squishy 400 range Kale who's always pushing, which is like Kale's biggest issue is when she's laning 1v1, she's always pushing because, you know, you have to activate your E to start CSing. And then against Renekton, that's like a big no-no. Like, it's kind of just like a champion mismatch where like Renekton's really good with ganks, and Kale's probably one of the easiest champions to get ganked. And so as soon as she died once, it's kind of over because we have TF. And like after that, it's just death after death after death, and then Renekton snowballs from there.
All right, we want to take a quick look at a replay, actually 16 minutes into the game. This is where you guys managed to take 4 kills and 3 turrets in exchange for nothing. Can you walk us through this?
Yeah, sure. So right here, me and Sneaky, or the 2v2 matchup is actually not going very well. And I just do Twitch Roam on Meteos, because I just think he's going to come either clear our wards or go contest our red. And then I don't know why Hai's here. I think he was here to try to help Meteos, and he didn't really think that bottom lane would randomly show up right here. And I guess the replay's over. This is like another part. Well, it's fast forwarding where we end up pushing mid. So normally I would have went bottom to catch the farm after I got a kill, but my team was like, just take mid tier 2, and I was like, oh yeah, we can just do that, and I can just give up a horrible little tower like tier 1. And then like Lemon tries to make a really big play here, and I think Link lives here because of Dangerous Game, the best mastery in the game, baby. And yeah, we end up taking I think 2 towers and 3 kills right here, or like 4 kills. It was a really impressive series by us, but I think if their bottom lane had just called missing, then none of that would have happened.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there every now and then, but I guess Dangerous Game is probably a fantastic mastery for somebody who has 500 kills in the season.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Just a phenomenal score. Phenomenal play by you guys all around there. Afro jumping in, supporting, and making sure that he didn't take that last Q. Just a great replay throughout. You guys ended up losing a fight and going 4-0 for a dragon in the mid game there. Like, what was the thought process?
We lost the fight mid lane. I think Link was saying, guys, I need a base to get Hourglass, which is probably one of TF's biggest power specs, if not his biggest power spec during the game. As soon as you get Hourglass, you just instantly force a fight, and not only is the enemy team unaware that you probably bought it, but it's just like the strongest item on TF. So he's like, I need a base, guys. And at the same time, there was like kind of conflicting stuff for like, oh, we can catch these guys, And he ended up having to like pour it in without having bought his hourglass, and then we just lost the fight from there because we overestimated our strength. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons, honestly, why we lose against C9 is because we're so eager to prove ourselves that we can beat them, that we jump the gun, and we don't take it as slowly as we should against a team of their caliber.
Well, we can fast forward now to a dragon fight where you did have those items. You were at the power spike that you needed. It's about 19, almost 20 minutes into the game. We get a nice teleport in from Link, which you can go ahead and explain to us here.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, we're all sitting on pretty big spikes right here. So I'm on my Bork, and Link has just finished his Rod. So they're funneling in probably the worst spot to play against Twitch. You see like these carries, and the reason why they're splitting up right here is because they don't all want to funnel into the same spot, but it's also really bad to split. And this is why TF Twitch is so powerful, is it splits a team comp up in situations where obviously you don't want to be split up against Twitch TF, but you don't want to be grouped either. So there's like no win here. And then Sneaky just gets kited right here. He does the right thing, which is move forward, like run away from the TF with a gold card, but there's just nothing that they can do because High just instantly died. And yeah, the power of TF Twitch obviously is, as soon as you put someone in a bad position, it's like, what do you do? Do you funnel into Twitch ulti, or do you split up and just get picked off by TF? There's like no win right there.
Yeah, and speaking of winning though, you guys are 11-5 right now. You guys have the most wins currently. Dig is right behind you. They played less games, but they're at 10-5, right on your heels. How does it feel to go 2-0 in Super Week at the start, and how are you guys going to close it out?
Well, it wouldn't be counter logic if I didn't think like 2-2 was it in the back of my mind, you know? Like I'm just hoping that we don't make a horrible mistake and just like randomly lose to LMQ and Chris for the rest of the week, because today was pretty rough. Honestly, we had a pretty hard time against Complexity, and then that C9 game was still pretty shaky. I know we have a lot to work on. So right now, any team can beat any team. I'm just hoping we can finally make a 4-0 Super Week. I think historically CLG has never won more than 2 games in a Super Week, so I hope to break that.
All right, well, with that 4-0 Super Week in mind, you've got LMQ tomorrow. What's the game plan there? How are you prepping for that?
We think LMQ is like the team that most closely copies Koreans, and like whenever there's like an OGN match and something new gets spread out. So for example, it's like Kale top lane with Kog'Maw or something. You'll just instantly the next day you'll see LMQ run that. And I think it's in part because they have so much staff on hand to like feed them information, be like, hey, this is what's wrong, this is what Korea's doing, and then they just kind of copy. But I don't know. I don't know what I think about them. At the very beginning of the season, it was like, oh my god, Xiaohui Zhao and Vasily, they're gonna be so strong. It's gonna be really scary to face them. And then now it's really not as scary. I think I got my confidence against Vasily, even though I know he's really, really good, but probably like top 2, top 3 AD carry right now. I've beaten him multiple times in lane, and I'm not really as scared of him as I used to be.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck tomorrow. Thank you for all of your insight, and of course, congratulations again on that 500th kill. We've got to take one last break before our final LCS game of the day, TSM versus Curse. Don't go anywhere. The North American LCS continues in 3.5.
Lemon, high five. Go. He did it.
Q lands. Oh, the Cocoon. Lemonation taking damage. Video finds the first kill. Astro gonna go down as well. Link makes it a third.
Go.
I'm on my set.
I can take Hogue.
Yo, back up, Peter. Back up. Kill down.
Can you
Kill
take
down.
by?
Go Cog. No flash. Okay, kill.
Where's he?
Cog, no flash. Right here. Oh, he flashed.
Double finds the ulti onto himself. He's got to be real careful. 3-man stun from High. And that's 2 kills picked up so far. And that's going to be a kill picked up on the support. Now C9 in a bad spot, trying to get away from this one. Sneaky goes down, making that 2. Now Meteos under fire. That's going to be another kill picked up. Triple kill for Double.